NBC Sports is live today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Overhead shots from the Pennzoil copter cam circling in beautiful blue skies after a day of off and on rain yesterday here in Atlanta that resulted in the Busch race being delayed greatly and the cancellation of happy hour. On pit road today, a couple of incidents. There's the contact between Dale Jarrett and Stacy Compton. Kenny Wallace had to wait for everybody to clear before he got into his pit stall. Close contact there between the 43 of Andretti. Here comes Bill Elliott out of the pits and making a bump on the 32 car of Scott Pruitt. Mike Skinner is the leader of this race by about a second and a half over Jerry Nadeau.
Steve Park. You see Steve Park is currently in the third position. And right behind the fellow that owns that one car, Dale Earnhardt, is in fourth position.
None of the first three drivers has ever won a NASCAR Winston Cup race. Coming up on Earnhardt is Bobby Labonte in the number 18. Jeff Gordon just took the 6th position away from Ward Burton there in the 22.
Joe Nemechek, the 91 car, Todd Bodine, they're 8th and 9th. And then we see Kevin LePage in 10th. That's their first Ford Taurus. First 4 positions right now, Chevrolet. Ray, is it too early to tell if the rule change we had has given an advantage to the Chevrolets, or is it just the teams?
Well, it might be too early to make a decision, but from the way it looks right now, Benny, those cars are awfully good.
5 out of the top 6 are Chevys. The Bobby Labonte Pontiac is 5th. We talked about Tony Stewart earlier and the problems that he was having. He started back in 27th position and since the restart dropped back to 36th, but has now moved into the top 20 once again in 19th.
Well, he's picking up some spots. He's talking about being underpowered and trying to change the carburetor. As we see Steve Park very, very high on the racetrack, trying to run down Jerry Nadeau, battle for second spot.
Another car in the shot behind Steve Park is Jeremy Mayfield. He again had lost 4th gear and lost 15 laps during his pit stop. Here's the 9 car of Stacy Compton, one of the other Revestas Rookie of the Year candidates, making an
on the inside, quarter, inside, clear all around.
Jerry Nadeau's radio, the spotters, telling him that Steve Park is on the inside, but Nadeau tries to come back. He said, look, I like this running in second spot, and you're not going to take it away from me. But Park was really running that high groove.
Still there. Still there. Got one foul on him. Clear after the 12. Clear to 12. Clear all around.
Ray, you talked about before we went on the air today that running that high groove really helps these cars run free through the corner. And I think that was a classic example. Park really got a good run through the middle of the corner down in 1 and 2.
All the time is going to center out. I don't know if he was a doer or not, but that's what he's been doing.
That was my good friend Tony Furr talking away there. It really does. It helps him keep momentum too, Benny. As big as this place is, as fast as it is, it's still a momentum track. And what that high groove does is not slow you down in the middle of the corner, lets you have more speed on the straightaway.
And Mark Martin, we understand, just got sideways and he is losing positions.
A lot of positions. He was running in 12th spot. He's now back to about 15th. Let's see if he goes to the corner if it's okay this time.
Here's a replay. It was side by side as they went into the first turn.
On the inside of John Andretti, some contact there, and he tried. Oh my!
Wow!
I tell you what, now that, folks, is a fantastic job of saving a race car.
That Entering the corner is where the car is the freest, and when you are underneath another car, it is absolutely taking a large part of the air off your spoiler. That is the worst place to be under a car. And what happens with a little bit harder tire compound like they run here, those tires got hot. You saw those black marks, put more temperature in the tires. It takes a couple laps for those to cool off. Once they cool off, that car will go back to driving fine.
Dale Earnhardt is on the move, taking third position from Jerry Nadeau, and Nadeau looks like he's going to lose another position to Bobby Labonte. Now, for those of you who were with us on our ABC coverage of the Busch race yesterday, it, of course, was rain delayed. It didn't end until last night. Mark Martin did go on to win that race, his third in his last 4 starts here in Atlanta. Now Earnhardt bearing down on and going to the inside of Steve Park, and Earnhardt suddenly is up to second as the 9 car of Compton goes to the garage area.
So things are looking pretty good right now for Richard Childers Racing. Mike Skinner is 31 cars leading the race. Dale Earnhardt in the second car, the 3 is running second. And that's only 2 cars he has in the race, so things are looking pretty good.
107 laps are completed here in Atlanta. Mike Skinner has led 59 laps. Mark Martin had a great save just a few moments ago. We take a look at it from Rusty Wallace's onboard camera. Back with more in a moment. Big wide shot. Big old wide shot. And Jerry will be first. Thank you. Schrader goes a lap down.
Are you doing intervals between Earnhardt and Skinner? Crowd enjoying the sunshine here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, although it is rather windy and cold. Well, we're more than a third of the way through this race, so let's now get a Mobil 1 update.
This Wide World of Sports update brought to you by Mobil 1. Nothing outperforms Mobil 1.
Back on lap 69, our current leader, Mike Skinner, was right behind Jeff Burton when Burton's car abruptly burned into the wall. Now Skinner hit the radio and said, that looks just like my crash here 2 years ago. That radio communication worried Skinner's crew because they said maybe, just maybe, seeing that will conjure up visions of the accident he had here in Atlanta back in the spring of 1998 when Skinner suffered a shoulder injury, and a rib injury, and an injury to his right knee. They were concerned that it might affect Skinner psychologically, but that has not been the case. Skinner right now is quicker than he has been all race long. In fact, just the opposite has happened. They are trying to get Mike Skinner to slow down and back off the pace. It didn't affect him psychologically, or that possibly. Maybe he just has a short memory. Let's check in with John Kernan.